Guillotine choke. Uchimata. Uchimata to triangle. Hip throw. Have you ever been trapped in the dogfight position and you weren't sure what to do? I'm gonna show you some quick, easy to remember, simple and effective techniques to help you win the battle. My name is Jason Sago, former UFC fighter, 3rd degree black belt in Jiu-Jitsu. Let's get into it. Let's go over 2 essential aspects of the dogfight position. So first things first, if he has an overhook, meaning he's on top, and I have the underhook, okay? So one of you always gonna have the overhook, one of you always has the underhook. We have to make sure that we're strong with our base. So for example, right now, neither of us have a good base. If he were to drive into me, boom, I can get collapsed. And if his base was down and I posted, I could drive into him and he could get collapsed. So the first things first, you always should have the outside foot up. Whether you have his overhook or you have the underhook, both of you have that base side up. So that way, if he's driving into me, I got some give, and if I drive into him, he's got some give. If that post is down, your base will be compromised. Number 2, it's essential that you have the wizard, because if he's just holding on to my head here, it's easy for me to shuck, take the back here. So it's a common beginner mistake just to kind of like hold on to the head here. But what we really want to do is grab a wizard. So what you want to do is over the top, wrap it around my arm. You can either hold on to your gi lapel or you can hold on to your wrist so it's nice and strong. That way when I try to go shuck him off, boom, it's kind of like we're attached, right? So common beginner mistake is to just grab the head. Make sure that you're not grabbing the head, that you're holding on nice and tight and secure with the wizard. Let's go over one of the main attacks from the overhook position. I got the overhook. I'm going to drive his shoulder down to the mat. That's going to drop his posture down. As his posture is dropping down, I'm going to hook over the top. My hands are connected underneath. I'm making a fist, grabbing onto the fist, and I'm going to tighten everything up. His shoulder and his head, putting pressure on the carotid arteries. Look at that outside leg, dropping it in. Other leg flips over the top so he can't jump over. I'm going to compress his head, squeeze, and finishing at the guillotine. We have to make sure to get this outside leg over, because if that outside leg doesn't go over on top, he's just going to relieve the pressure from the guillotine by jumping over to the safe side. So we'll do that again. So I'll show it from a different angle. Good jump. So we're here. I'm going to show it from this angle. I got the overhook. Boom, I'm going to drop his head down over the top, and then that outside foot, shin goes across his belly, other foot wraps over the top, compress, squeeze to get the finish. When we have the underhook position here from the dogfight, we have to be aware of the guillotine, right? So if he's trying to break my posture, I want to transfer the weight backwards. So I'm sinking my weight down and low. Another thing I want to be doing is focusing, getting my knee, turn a little bit to the side, get your knee directly behind their leg. That way, if he tries to turn to his left and face you, too much pressure on the knee, right? Our knee is just a hinge joint, forward and backwards. It's not designed to go circular. So lots of pressure, you're blocking out his leg. The next thing we can do is to kill his wizard. So we're gonna drop our weight, hook onto the leg, we're gonna drive our shoulder forward into his hamstring and then drive here. That makes him collapse. If he starts to get up again, we can look to table the leg and drive down. From this point, we could continue to climb up, get to a turtle position, hip to hip. All right, so from the overhook position, he starts to beat you with the knee. He starts getting behind. It's hard for me to break him forward. His weight's transferred backwards here. So when he got behind you, he loaded himself onto your leg. So we're gonna do an Uchimata. Outside leg's gonna come in for base. Try to get your other hand to control his to help rotate his shoulders. I step in, rotate the shoulders, and kick your back leg high up to the sky. So here, boom, Uchimata. This is when your opponent's gotten behind you. We're gonna do the Uchimata and transition to a triangle choke. So this hand is a little bit too far for me to hold on to, right? I can't reach for it without compromising my base. So what I'm gonna do is elevate my hip up, stepping that outside leg in, anticipating that he's gonna post. So when he's posting that arm, we're gonna transfer the overhook to his head, hold on to the head, lift your leg up so that he's bearing your weight, all your weight of the right leg's on him, and that gives us the ability to float this leg. So I'm floating this leg up over his shoulder. If you can, grab it. And then as I'm hitting the ground, I'm making my adjustments. I have my foot on his hip, looking in the ear. I want to make sure I'm grabbing my shin, locking in that figure 4. Squeeze your knees together, pull the head down, get the finish. So I'll just show from a different angle here. maybe this position. So we have our overhook, outside foot's posted here. I can't reach for his arm, so I'm going to do the Uchimata. He posts far, boom, grab the head, shoot, lock it, squeeze the knees, get the finish. All right, I gave you guys some great options with the overhook. I want to give you some with the underhook. So a lot of times when we have the underhook position, he's posted, I'm posted, good base. He's really hitting me hard with that whizzer presser, really a lot of pressure on my shoulders. So he's keeping that pressure on. I'm trying to drive in, trying to circle it, can't get behind him, can't get behind him. He's pressure, 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 boom. It's called the air guitar. You can upgrade to the back position with your hooks in, but let's focus on the air guitar technique. So when we're here, what I'm doing, I just want to show that motion with my arm. He's really pressuring in, and what I'm doing, just pretend like you're holding a guitar here, strung, boom, all the way to the top, like you're strumming the strings of the guitar. So boom, open it up. Even if he's holding, it's actually a little bit better. The harder they hold, the more pressure they drive into you, that more of that energy here, boom. It's perfect. It allows you to get out here, take the back, upgrade your position. All right, I want to give you guys one more from the underhook position. This one's also great for MMA because in MMA, maybe this person wants to create space. So they're framing across your face and they're also trying to get back up to their feet. So as they're starting to rise back up to their feet, I'm going to control the frame arm, turn my hips over, lift, and hit the hip throw. So when we're here, if we're coming from that dogfight position, we just got in here, we got our underhook, they're wanting to rise up, and they're also framing it. This is a dangerous frame because as we're coming up, if my lead knees the ground, he can knee, boom, he could elbow, boom. So we wanna make sure we're controlling this. And then we're gonna turn our feet, face the same direction as his feet. We're gonna drop our belt level below his belt level. Make sure you're controlling this top arm. And then I'm gonna rotate my shoulders, hips underneath, pop it, lift, boom. If you still got the arm, step over, finish with an arm bar. You're guaranteed to be in the dogfight position at some point if you train jiu-jitsu long enough. Thanks for watching, guys. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to level up your jiu-jitsu game, check out this next video. I'm gonna do a little bit of a shoulder shrug to get his head planted on the mat. It's gonna drop his posture down as his posture, let's read to that.